walk for the first day. We're going to take a little tour around the South and Channel Islands market, and we're going to speak to stallholders Alix from the Little Red Hen Jewellery. We're going to talk to Athene from Athene Sholl Jewellery, and we're going to talk to Amanda from Bowerbird Jewellery. We're going to find out a little bit more about what they make and what they're selling this weekend. And we're going to start off with Alix. I'm just going to press some buttons. Hold on, there we go. Hi Alix, how are you?
Hi, all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Got a little bit of a frog in my throat, so I might have to just, drink some water, get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so could you introduce yourself to anyone who doesn't know you already?
Hi, well, I'm Alix from the Little Red Hen Jewellery, and I make and sell recycled silver jewellery and copper jewellery. I live in a little village in Kent, and we're quite close to lots of lovely countryside. So it's a good place to live, and I'm in my home workshop today where I make everything, and I'm excited to share with you some pieces I'm going to be selling at the market this weekend.
Fantastic. Do you want to show us some of the pieces that you've got for sale this weekend?
Okay, well, first of all, it might be difficult to see, but these are kind of my Christmas themed pieces. This is a recycled silver star necklace and drop earrings. I also have matching stud earrings as well, so they're really popular around Christmas time, but you can wear them all year round as well. They're not sort of too festive, so they're quite good for presents all year round.
Yeah, good for New Year's Eve too, probably, as well.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So they're kind of, and they're quite sort of dainty and small. So
gorgeous. How much are they, Alix?
They are, the necklace is £28, or from £28, because there's a choice of chain lengths which you can choose, and the dangly earrings are £28 as well, and that's including free postage. Brilliant. And with every item bought at the market, I'm going to include a little silver polishing cloth in the packet, so you can keep everything super sparkly.
Yeah, gorgeous. And I know that the silver that you use is eco silver. I think you mentioned that. Can you just explain what that means?
Okay, well, eco silver is 100% recycled sterling silver, and I also use a precious metal clay, which is what I use to make these stars, and that is recycled fine silver, so it's a purer silver than sterling silver, but it's recycled from lots of industries like the dental industry, x-rays, that kind of thing. So it's a really, really good eco-reclaimed product. So it's quite good if you're trying to be more sustainable in your shopping, and that's part of my ethos, try and be as eco-friendly as possible.
Yeah, I think we all need to be, don't we, at the moment?
Yeah, that's it.
And we can do that with our shopping habits, can't we? Just little changes. And
yeah, little by little, it all adds up, doesn't it, to a bigger thing. And also, this is one of my popular ranges for Christmas, is a Birthstone Jewelry. I don't know how well that's going to show up on the camera, but it's a little...
Just clicked in a bit there, yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, recycled silver circle, and then there's a very small birthstone bead charm, so you can select which birthstone you want with that, and that's nice as a sort of extra special present.
Do the prices vary according to the birthstones, or is
they do, but not by very much, maybe just a few pounds. So it's kind of depends on, what is your birthstone. I don't use diamond for April. It would be lovely if I could, but that's just a little quartz, so it's kind of the similar thing. But all the prices are listed in the listing. Brilliant. And also, this is something that I find really, really popular at Christmas, is my recycled silver hoop pendant. I'm not sure whether you can see, it's very sparkly.
There's a texture on it.
Yeah, that's it. It's textured to catch the light, and there's also you can have a short message or name or names added to that. So that's really, really popular this time of year.
So when it's personalised, or when you have a message, is that on the back of it?
Well, it can be if you want it to be. Usually, I mean, this is one that I made for myself a long time ago. So I've got a name, my daughter's name, on the front, but you can have it on the front or the back, or whatever you like, really, as long as it's within a certain number of characters, and that's included on the listing. Or you can message me, and I'll be able to say whether that's possible. For all personalised orders,
they will just go to the listing, and then choose the special variation.
Yeah, that's it. There's a drop down box, and
Yeah.
it will give you instructions of what to write in there. But obviously they are custom made, so if you're thinking of ordering one of those, it's probably best to get in quite quickly, because by the sort of 10th of December, that will be the cut-off point. But that's on my Folksy shop. You'll be able to see all my last posting dates and things like that. So
brilliant. And how much is it for that with personalisation for the necklace?
It's from £50, because I offer a choice of chains. So this is the really delicate trace chain. I don't have an example with me right now, but you can have a thicker snake chain, so it's like a more solid chain, and again different lengths. So there's a slight price difference for the different lengths. So that's from £50 for the basic option.
So you've got lots of different present types then, from little earrings to sort of bigger.
That's right. Stocking fillers and more sort of, kind of statement pieces that are kind of hopefully something that people can treasure for years. But there's lots of little stocking fillers in my shop as well.
Yeah, gorgeous. Your shop's a real treat. It's a real delight. If anyone wants to go to the shop, if you go to the market today, so you can go to it various different ways, but if you go to folksy.com/Christmas-markets, you can see all the markets listed on there, and then go to the South and Channel Islands market, and they'll see your shop, which is Little Red Hen Jewellery, and then it will take you back to the Folksy shop, where you can see all the listings and everything you've talked about, and lots more images. Your photographs are always really great. Or you can just go direct to Little Red Hen Jewellery on Folksy. That's a quick little shortcut, but it means you don't get to see everyone else at the market. So there's lots of different ways to shop. It's been so nice talking to you, Alix.
Yeah, thanks, Camilla. I've really enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Right, we're going to talk to Amanda now from Bowerbird Jewellery. I'm just going to swipe her in. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hello, fine, thanks. Fine, thanks.
I do like that festive jumper. And is that a robin necklace I can spy as well?
I have, yeah. I've got my Liberty Robin necklace on, yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it when everyone brings the Christmas jumpers out. I never know when quite is appropriate. I think it's a bit like when you start putting your Christmas decorations up.
Yeah.
But I think when you're in this sort of industry and you're a maker, it's okay from the very first Christmas market, isn't it? You can bring out.
I think so. Yeah. Good excuse.
So would you like to just introduce yourself to people?
Yeah. So I'm Amanda, and I'm a mixed media jewelry designer down here in Cornwall, sort of between around Helston area. So it's like sort of west mid Cornwall. And I create all my jewelry here in my studio. Just me, no one else. It's just me, from my imagination, and quirky mind. I suppose I could say.
Yeah, well, it's fabulous, and what a lovely part of the country to live in.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it is nice.
Really nice. And would you like to show us some of the products that you've got today at the this weekend, even for the whole weekend?
So I make quite a lot of jewelry, fabric button jewelry, and I have a lot of good wide collection of jewelry from fabric buttons. Some of the new things I've got is some of my favorites, but in slightly different colorways. So this is a William Morris pattern design. And it's the design is called Autumn Flowers, and it's been like a really big seller. Everyone really likes this sort of pattern, and I take little sort of sections. So this is one of the newest ones, and it's on a black plated chain, which I think really brings out the dark sort of background of this one. So this is a new listing. I've just recently had a sale of one of the other ones, so I've just made another. So they're all slightly different patterns from the same fabric, but I just sort of highlight different patterns. And this one's got blue leaves, russet daisies, and sort of sort of blue and green sort of patterns as well. So that one's on a 24-inch chain, but I can make different lengths. So I have lengths between 18 and 24 inches, depending on what length you like. And they all come with free first-class postage. So on my jewelry and ornaments come with free first-class postage as well.
That's brilliant.
And obviously, to celebrate this weekend, I also have 10% off in my shop as well. So the code is on on trestle, and I can't remember what it's called.
It's
I think
Folksy Local, all one word.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful. And I think I really feel like, I mean, this is a ridiculous thing to say, but Morris is having such revival again, which is so good. I think, you know, it's not that I think he ever necessarily went out of style, but I think people are appreciating what that whole William Morris and that whole movement were trying to do. And, you know, as we kind of have that revival of handmade and craftsmanship, it's people are looking back and thinking, yeah, you know, they were kind of pioneers of that, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, the arts and crafts. Yeah, arts and crafts movement, harking back to moving away from mass produced, and I think people are really getting that again now. And sort of so it's really nice, and I have such nice feedback from people. They take the time to, you know, message me and say, oh, you know, they're so actually it's hard to photograph things. They're so much better in person. So but they do appreciate, and it's nice that people take the time to email me and say, oh, I'm really pleased with my purchase. And,
to have those reviews. And I think that, you know, those William Morris patterns, you're still seeing them now. People are using them as wallpaper again. You're seeing them all over there. So they're timeless, I think, aren't they? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think
have you got something else then to show us?
Oh, okay. I've got some Christmas stuff. So I do have quite a lot of fabric button ornaments. So I've got some large fabric button ornaments. These are little gnomes.
Yeah, little Nisa.
Little boy and girl gnome. So these are 47 millimeter, about 4.8 centimeter buttons. So they're almost 5 centimeters. So I've got the ornaments, and I have a range of them on my shop. They're £9. I put a little wooden disc in the back which matches the color of the fabric, and a little ribbon as well. And the story of the ribbon is, you know, those loops you get in tops when you buy your top or something. I've been keeping them. Yeah, I've been keeping them for quite a few years, and I've got quite a good selection. So this is just upcycling ribbons that I've collected over the years.
Genius! I never thought. I just always throw those away. I just think they're so useless.
Yeah, I've got a little pouch of them. And they just happen to something I've got the color. It just happens to go with all of the ones I've made. So
that's
handy.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
so
I've got that, but I have just made some earrings to go there. These are massive. Absolutely, if you like to make a statement at Christmas, these are the pendants that I do, the 38 millimeter buttons. But these are the earrings. This is the first time I've made some, and I did have a mention when I was at a market a couple of weeks ago, an in-person market, at Truro Cathedral. So I was like, people, and it was really nice. But people said, oh, I love your big statement ones, and I thought, oh, what if I go over? So I've made even bigger ones, but they're the little girl gnome, so they're mirrored, so they're 38 millimeter buttons. Cute. So I think, you know, they'd make quite a statement.
Yeah, they're your kind of Christmas party earrings. I think now that we can go to Christmas parties again, fingers crossed. So.
Yeah.
You know, then I feel like that's the earring. It's like the equivalent of a Christmas jumper, isn't it? But in an earring.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They're at £15, and they're on my shop now as well for the weekend, just in time for the market.
Oh, well done, good listing. Yeah. And we might be able to squeeze in one more product, I think.
Okay, so apart from my fabric buttons, I do make personalized wooden baubles. I've got these set of stamps which are initials, so a letter, of a decorative, so sort of harking back maybe to William Morris sort of medieval illuminated letters. So I have each one. I've got a couple as examples, but they're wooden, 8 centimeter wooden baubles. This is obviously K, but I have all the A to Z's. I've just made a few samples, but I do make these as a you know, a personalized thing. So I can do sort of wooden shaped baubles. Each letter is different, so it's a different letter design, but they're all sort of very decorative. This one's Art Nouveau, but some are more Morris and medieval and so on. But I do those as well. And I think there's a special. I do 2 for £12, I think, on my website, on the Folksy shop, and you can buy them separately for £7. But so I do personalized things. But I'll probably do a cut-off.
Really lovely present for somebody, I think. Isn't it?
And they're flat, so you could they're flat, so you could put them in a card and then just attach it to a card. Because they're quite and they're quite sturdy, and it's just nice to have something with someone's initial on too. So
so people who you aren't seeing for Christmas, you could get them one of those, and they still would feel that you've It's a thoughtful present,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I've got P there,
Lovely.
letter P in black, so I can do different colours. I do cream or the black on silver, which is quite striking as well.
Yeah, obviously we've forgotten to mirror the camera. I should have said that at the beginning.
Oops.
So they're the wrong way around.
Oops.
But we get the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Just mirror writing. It's all good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And so you're in, again, the South and Channel Islands market. And then your shop name on Folksy is Bowerbird Jewelry. Yeah, so people can find you there too. Amazing. And you're running the discount code. So if anyone wants a special treat this weekend while the market is on, just type in Folksy Local. It's the same code for everybody. Lovely. Thank you, Amanda. Enjoy the Cornish weather down there. I hope it's nice.
Yeah.
And lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we've got one more amazing jeweler for you today. All jewelers today. We've got Athene. Hi, Athene.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Haven't coughed yet, so that's a bonus. It's always good. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. So I'm Athene from Athene Jewellery, and I live in Guernsey in Channel Islands. So I would love to say sunny Guernsey, but at the moment it's a bit drizzly and grey, just like everywhere else, I'm sure.
Okay.
But yeah,
atmospheric Guernsey.
Yeah, atmospheric Guernsey. Yeah, in the autumn. So yeah, but no, it's a lovely place to live. It's really sort of brilliant for sort of inspiration. You know, we're surrounded by the coast, so the kind of changing weather patterns and things like that is what really kind of inspires a lot of my work. So it's a great place to live.
Have you always lived in Guernsey?
No, I'm from London. But my parents moved here when I was a teenager, and I've tried to get away loads of times. I've lived in lots of other places, but there's something about Guernsey, it just kind of draws you back. It's just a great place to be.
I've never been and desperately want to visit. You know, it's one of those places that's on the wish list because it always, it's sort of, it's like a bit of an outlier, isn't it? But it's sort of somewhere a bit secret, I feel.
Yeah, it's one of those places that not a lot of people kind of really know about. Jersey is really well known. Jersey's just like 20 miles away. And obviously, you know, in the Channel Islands, we kind of island hop quite a lot. So, you know, a lot of people from Jersey come here and vice versa. But most of the sort of tourists and holidaymakers tend to make a beeline for Jersey just because it's bigger and it's kind of more well known. But Guernsey's got its own identity. It's lovely. It's kind of a lot like places like Cornwall. It's kind of, you know, a slower pace of life, and they hold on to a lot of things that, you know, make the island sort of interesting, you know. So we've got our own currency, things like that. We still have pound notes, you know, all of that fun stuff.
Oh, interesting. Right, I'm definitely coming.
Yeah, it's lovely. You're welcome anytime.
Well, I'm going to take you up on that. I'll arrive on your doorstep and go,
yeah, okay. Do it. Do it, and I'll get you polishing jewellery.
Okay, I'm fine. I'll polish all day long. I'm sure I can do that. So would you like to show us a few of your items that you've got for sale?
Yes, of course. So in the market, I've got lots of kind of gift ideas and lots of Christmassy things, but one I'm wearing at the moment, so I don't know if you can see that properly. So I've got a silver cuff on here, and this one is a handmade cuff in sterling silver. It's hallmarked, and I don't know if you can see the pattern on it. It's got like a celestial design. It's kind of stars, shooting stars, and kind of moons and things like that. Beautiful. So that one is in my shop, and I make these to order, but they're all sized to fit the individual.
Lovely.
But you have like a little bit of play on your arm. But if, you know, people want a particularly, you know, small size or whatever, I can make them to order. But I've got a couple in stock ready to go. So they can still be done in time for Christmas as well, as long as I can get them to the assay office and back. So you've got a couple of weeks yet to order those.
Yeah, it's getting tight, isn't it? People need to order soon for Christmas.
Yeah, and especially with silver jewellery, because I hallmark most of my silver jewellery. So even the pieces that are underweight, I generally like to hallmark because it's like a signature, you know, for the jeweler, and it's kind of, you know, nice to have that. But obviously, being on an island, I have to post them to the mainland to be hallmarked. So they go to the London assay office. So you just have to allow for that time. But
And
God
how
for
much would be a cuff, that cuff, or how much are your cuffs?
this one is £165.
Yeah.
So they start from about 140 and they go up to about £200. It depends on the weight of the silver, but this one's quite chunky. I don't know off the top of my head how many grams it is, but it's a nice sort of chunky, solid piece
So
of silver.
beautiful.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
that would make a very special present.
Exactly, yeah. And it's one of those things, you know, you can, I mean, they just never go out of fashion, really. You know, I mean, like 1 minute they're flavour of the month and then next not so much. But it's just one of those perennial things that is really good to have in your collection. Yeah.
And I think it's also the sort of gift that you would hand down, isn't it, through generations? I can imagine giving that to my daughter, you know, and then sort of just it would just keep giving love to people.
Yeah,
Keep
for sure. Yeah, exactly. And pieces like that, you know, if they're made from silver or they're made from gold, they're really worth hanging on to, you know. So they're not the sort of thing that will just come and go. You know, it's not a sort of cheap bit that you'll buy and only wear for a couple of years. You just make the decision to invest in it and keep it forever. So that's a lovely, you know, it's a lovely thing to have.
Looks beautiful, beautiful. Definitely on my wish list. And what else have you got? Have you got something else?
So at the other end of my spectrum in terms of price points, I also do work from recycled materials. So these ones, they start at £12, but this particular pair is 22 because they've got freshwater pearls on them.
Okay.
But these are actually part of my plectrum range. So they're guitar plectrums, but these are actually made from recycled store cards. So on the back there, I don't know if you can see that, they've got like the barcode. So these, I'm not going to say the brand because I'm probably not allowed to do that. But these are, I mean, they would otherwise go into the waste. So, you know, I can't throw anything away. I'm, you know, the same as Amanda. I keep all those little bits off of dresses as well and use them for all sorts of things. But so these are made of recycled store cards and they're just a bit of fun, you know, like nice sort of stocking filler. Prices. So I've got a huge range of those on my shop. I make them out of all sorts of recycled materials, and I can also make them out of people's own cards. So quite often I make them out of like old driver's licenses and bank cards and things like that. So yeah, I love chopping things up and recycling them.
That's such a good idea. So people could send you something and you could make a pair of earrings from that.
Yeah.
It's
so
brilliant.
I get all sorts of things like that in the post. People send me just random bits of old plastic or whatever, and I can cut them up. Yeah.
But it's something that we can really do as makers, isn't it? It's kind of elevate trash into something beautiful and something that you can treasure. I think that's such a good thing that you can do for the environment.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always collected things like that. So as a child, I collected things. I'm, you know, proper Blue Peter generation, you know. I mean, they always sprung on you that you'd need a toilet roll. So I'd always have, you know, I'd squirrel them away. I wouldn't let my mum chuck away anything like that. So I've just got a bit of a reputation as being a hoarder, and I keep bits of fabric, I keep bits of perspex, because I think if you're a certain type of maker, you see the value in all of those materials. So someone else goes to throw something in the rubbish and you think, well, no, that's, you know, that's a piece of perspex. You can do all sorts of things with it. So it's great to have that mentality, but it does take over sometimes. So you can see the boxes full of stuff that I've got around the house that my family despair of.
But one day it will all turn into something beautiful, won't it?
Yeah, it does, you know. And sometimes I keep things for years. Like I'll have something that I've literally had in a box for like 10 or 15 years, and then a customer will come in and say, oh, you know, I fancy such and such a color, and I'm like, you know, I've just got the perfect thing. So yeah. It works well.
So good. And I think, I'm just looking at the clock, I think we've got time for one more product.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if I can do this without dropping them. So this is a pair of my waterfall earrings. So this is one of my kind of most popular styles. It's similar to the ones that I've got on. It's got that sort of waterfall look. So when you move, they've got a nice sort of movement to them. And these ones are freshwater pearls. These are dyed freshwater coin pearls. So again, I similar to to the others, I do a lot of jewellery with birthstones, personalised jewellery, so I can kind of tailor them to your birthstone. So we keep all the birthstones in stock. But these ones are pearls, so these are particularly good for June babies. But also, you know, everybody wears pearls, so they're kind of a really nice sort of crowd pleaser. But they're quite dressy earrings, but they're not heavy at all because they're on a kind of made on a chain. They've got that lightweight sort of structure to them, but they actually look quite, you know, kind of disco earrings. But I wear mine all the time.
And I think they look like they would hang really beautiful and move as you moved, as you do your dance.
Yeah, they're a really nice length. They're not quite as long as the ones I've got on, but they're a really nice kind of length for dressing up. So yeah, they're one of our best sellers.
Love those.
And they go with what I'm wearing.
Yeah. And like we were saying, it's good to think about Christmas and New Year. You know, if people are going out, that would do both, wouldn't it? And then you can just wear them again.
Yeah, well, Christmas shopping isn't just about the gifts either, is it? You know, it's about, you know, your nights out, treating yourself, like you say, you know, you want to look fabulous on Christmas Eve if you're going to the pub or if you're going to a party, and you want to look great for New Year's Eve as well and beyond, obviously. So yeah, it's not just. I think
it's that Christmas thing, isn't it? Where I'm always looking out for presents for other people, but end up going, but I would really appreciate that, probably more than they would.
Yeah, well, that's the Christmas rule. Yeah, a general rule is one for me, one for them, and you just kind of do that with all your present shopping. You can't go far wrong.
It's a really good rule. Yeah, that's brilliant. I wish we could actually come and visit in person. That would be so nice to come and see you.
One day
we'll do it. But yes, I'm going to bring everybody back in now. So that's been a really nice little tour of jewellery on the south. Around the south, going to see everybody. So we've had Kent, Cornwall and Guernsey. Amazing. And it's been really nice. And people can find all the stall holders at the South and Channel Islands Market. We've got lots more stall holders there doing ceramics. We've got decorations. We've got art and prints as well. And there's also 5 markets in total. So if you're not based in the south, there will be a market near you. Please do go and have a look and have a tour around the whole country. And we really appreciate you shopping from makers, shopping handmade and shopping local. I know it means the world to the makers and it means the world to us. And as you can hear, it also is starting to mean the world to the planet as well, to make these decisions about who you buy from and what you buy. You know, it's really important. So, and it's fun and it's full of joy and you get something beautiful. What's not to love? So thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to all our makers too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.